Okay, folks, sorry for the delay. We're gonna go right into the Audit and Finance Committee meeting. I know we have people remotely. Let's start out with John Maloff. Let's talk about your property insurance renewal. John?
He's muted.
Oh, John, you might be muted there.
Chris, you muted him.
I went to mute him and it wouldn't let me.
There we go.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay now?
You're good, John. Go right ahead.
All right, good morning, everybody. Nice to see you. This is getting a little tiresome, however, this audio stuff. Our fire insurance contract renewed on September 9th for a year. It's still with the affiliated factory mutual insurance carriers. The cost this year is $205,747 versus last year's excuse me, $175,706. There was a small rate increase, but most of it is an increase in the amount of insurance that we have. It went from $139,627,000 to $141,973,000. That's based on an increased cost of construction of our real property of about 1.5%, plus increased valuations in our personal property that Lila provided to me and I did as well. We have a $25,000 deductible per claim. Our earthquake deductible is $100,000, and our flood coverages contain a $100,000 deductible per claim, except for Oswego, Leland, and Cortland, which are in the floodplain, which has a $500,000 deductible. Our vehicles are insured for fire when parked in our garages. Coverage is on a replacement cost basis. The affiliated factory mutual insurance carriers are very, very good, and we've had no problem with them, no problem on our claims, and we're still approximately half of what we used to pay for this coverage. So being with them has been quite advantageous for us.
Very
If
good.
anybody has any questions, I'll be happy to answer.
No, John, we've been pretty aggressive with this, and I've been looking at this for years. So, you know, there is an increase, but it's more insurance coverage. So I understand that. Does the board have any questions regarding the coverage?
Do you want to go right into the board meeting just for this? And not have,
No, we'll move it.
okay, to the board, or you'll move it up to the board?
Yeah, I'll move it up to the board. Yeah. Yep. So, any questions? If not, I'll need a motion to bring it to the full board. Robert, second. Joe, all in favor? Very good. Okay, I'm gonna move right into the consolidated statements of revenue and expenditures. Christine and Linda are going to present. Christine, your show.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman. Thank you. As you all know, this is my last board meeting, and I thought it would be a good idea to turn this over to Linda Beata, since she's going to be carrying on. I'm going to let her run with it. Go ahead, Lynn.
Okay.
Thank you, Christine. Good morning, everyone. In your board packet, you have the statement of revenues and expenditures through August 31st. There's also supplemental information, the reserves, the cash flow balance, MRT statement, grade summary, risk management summary, and statement of borrowing. I'm going to go over the statement of revenues and expenditures first. As of August 31st, 2020, our operating income is $1.3 million. This is about a $1.8 million change from last month. As you know, our revenues have been trending under budget. Currently, they're at $4.7 million under budget. This month, not only did we have decreased revenues due to the COVID-19 impact, but also the cancellation of the New York State Fair added to this variance. And additionally, there were budgeted state fair expenditures in the expenses as well that were not recognized in salaries and wages, under purchase transportation, where we had budgeted funds to pay to RGRTA for services that also were not recognized. So that was the big reason for the change from prior months. You will see changes going forward, as Christina said, with decreased revenues at this level. Deficits will be in all the next 7 months of this fiscal year. And every month, we're gonna have to look at our funding sources and decide whether we're going to use CARES Act funding or if we're gonna have to use our borrowings, depending on cash flow needs and whether we have an operating income or loss. Good news is, though, mortgage tax, if you refer to the mortgage tax statement, we had a very good month in August, about $820,000. That was a actual record for the authority. We haven't had receipts like that since 2008. On your cash flow statement, we have positive cash flow through August 31st. That is mainly due to our receipt of STOA this month. By October, we're going to need cash again, and we will have to be looking at either borrowing from our reserves or our line of credit, or just drawing CARES Act funding. And that's the last statement I was going to review. All of our line of credit is still available, and the insurance reserve as well.
So Linda, we're keeping track of the expenses for the CARES Act, so you would be at some time maximizing the drawdown on the CARES Act money for all related CARES Act expenses here, correct?
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Okay. Okay,
Are there any questions?
good.
If we don't draw that money down, it goes away, correct?
No, it'll be there until we expend it all.
Okay.
Yeah, there's been no determination on that as far as sending it back. Good, okay.
Mr. Chairman, if you'll allow me, those funds, those CARES Act funds are in a grant, and they, like Brian said, they're secured in a grant. AJ, if you want to chime in regarding grant rules associated with those funds.
Yeah, since we've applied for them and they're in a 5307 FTA grant, they cannot be taken away or de-obligated unless we make that decision. So I would assume we would probably not take that decision.
So
You are correct, sir.
So time will play out on the use of the funds, and we will continue for a while, I believe, to have costs associated to the COVID situation here, unfortunately. Good. Good report, Linda. Good job.
Thank you.
I have some comments, but I'll wait to the end of the committee concerning Christine. So I want to move into motion 3, the approval of the procurement manual. Caitlin?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good morning, everyone. So this motion is to update various approval thresholds that are listed in our procurement manual due to organizational changes. All the details were listed out for you in your board package. So does anyone have any questions on this?
No, I thought that was, you put some effort into that. Very good.
Okay. Effort goes into everything.
That's what I want to hear. Good job. Any questions from the, any question from, did I get a motion on that last one there, Counselor? No? Okay, so let me go back to the consolidated things. I have, Luella made a motion to accept the financials. It was seconded by Robert. All in favor? Aye. Motion 3, I need a motion, bring that to the full board on the procurement manual. Motion. Joe, second by Luella, all in favor? Move on. Okay, resolutions. Resolution 1. Linda, you're up regarding the check signing authorization policy.
Yes, this resolution is to authorize, to approve the authority's check signing authorization policy. We haven't updated this policy probably since, I think Brian said the 1970s. We have policies been documented for you in here in detail. We have sufficient controls to allow for a facsimile signature now, so we want to, start implementing that as soon as October 1st. Using one signature as a facsimile for all checks, and then a second signature for any checks over $25,000. We've added positive pay and ACH monitor on our account, which has given us additional protection. So we feel that this policy is sufficient.
Good.
Just needs authorization.
Very good, very good. We trust you with that. If there's not any questions, any motion for the check policy? Robert, second. Joe, all in favor? Aye. Okay. Okay, authorization, Linda Beata is the Treasury Management Signer for the M&T Bank Service. Christine?
Yes, thank you. This is a resolution to authorize Linda Beata as Treasury Management Signer for M&T Bank. I currently hold that authorization. We just want to switch it from myself to her.
Yep.
That's it.
No problem. Okay, motion for the change there. Llewellyn made the motion. Robert seconded. All in favor? Aye. Very good. Moving on to resolution number 3. New York State attachment number 2 for 100% SDF grant funds. Mr. E.J. Grant Moses.
Good morning. Yes, this is a resolution authorizing the CEO to sign a grant agreement for 100% state dedicated funds in the amount of $2,676,595. These funds will be used for bus procurement and facilities capital projects.
Okay, motion for the CEO to sign off on the grant. Robert, second. Llewellyn, all in favor? Aye. Okay, resolution 4, EJ, authorized purchase of 11 paratransit vehicles. Good, I'm glad we're getting some new paratransit vehicles. EJ.
Yes, this is a resolution for purchase off a New York State contract with the Shepherd Brothers for 9 to 11 passenger 2-wheelchair position cutaway vehicles in the amount of $84,834 per vehicle, up to 11 vehicles for a total amount of $933,174. This is 100% state dedicated funds.
Are those vehicles spread out all the counties in the authority?
Correct, yes, this is, would be, I believe it's 8 for here in Syracuse and 3 for Oneida County.
Okay. Motion to authorize the purchase of paratransit vehicles, 100% state dedicated money. Robert, second. Llewellyn, all in favor? Aye, thank you. And resolution 5, the 10% match. EJ?
This is a resolution to authorize attachment number 3 to our New York State contract. This is the 10% match to our most recent federal 5307, 5339 grant that was awarded in August. This is authorizing the CEO signature of this agreement for state funds in the amount of $1,202,335.
Okay. I'll need a motion for the authorization of that grant. Joe, second. Robert, all in favor? Aye. Excellent. Okay, Caitlin.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, EJ, for your work on that stuff. I know that's not easy. Okay, Caitlin's going to talk to us about awarding bus transfer cards. Caitlin, you're up.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So this is the resolution for bus transfer cards. This will be paid for using operating funds. This invitation to bid was publicly let on June 26th. 9 bid packages went out and an additional 13 were requested. We received 2 bids on July 17th with the lowest responsible bidder being Electronic Data Magnetics. They offered a price of $12.05 per 1,000 cards. There is a full MWBE waiver on this contract. So therefore, it's my recommendation that the board award the bus transfer cards contract to Electronic Data Magnetics for a full 5-year term.
Very good. Okay, motion to accept Electronic Data Magnets to be the bus card vendor. Joe, second. Robert, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Christine or Linda, is there any more work to be discussed?
Yes, there's one more item, Mr. Chairman. It doesn't require board approval. It's more, it's for a line of credit agreement. Due to the retirement of Rick Lee and Christine, we need to have, just recognize that we have newly assigned approvers for any advances on the line of credit. I just need to get it in a minute. So we just need to recognize that as of October 1st, that Brian Schultz is the chief executive officer who can authorize, and Linda Viata is the VP of Finance, and she can also authorize any advances on the line.
So noted in the minutes, all set. And
Also, just the board's information, we will be bringing that renewal to you sometime in November or December.
that's good. That concludes our committee meeting. I will hold my comments to the full board regarding our CFO. And with that being said, let's take a few minutes.